Want a beer?
Sure. Should we ask Aaron first if it's okay?
Question.
We're already vlogging. Is it okay to drink on the vlog?
Yeah, you did it in the last one.
Alright, cool.
Cool. We just wanted to know if it was okay by your standards, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Hello. Welcome to our vlog. We are Iowa City Apparel. Should we bring in our first guest?
Alright, this is our one of our roommates. His name is Regan. We're going to bring him in as a guest today. Be warned, he loves shit talking.
Hey. That's me.
Stand like in the middle, Regan. Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to try to press these without... I'm going to try on one of these first.
I'm just not going to break eye contact with the camera the whole time.
That's fine. What, Regan, tell us your thoughts about Jack and I running a business.
Oh, God.
We're getting right into it.
You want to do this? You are allowed to swear, too. We have a bleeper button.
Long story short, they're a married couple who just don't officially have a ring on it yet. Listening to them plan, make sure it's, no matter how big or small the order, it's, watching them is like, it's like watching a house that you didn't live in for long get set on fire. Like, we'll tell that story later. You're a little bit worried about what's going to happen. You're like, I kind of liked that house, but at the same time, it's awesome to watch the chaos happen.
It's like awesome to watch the house burn, basically. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a little bit fun. It's like it's destructive, but at the same time, you feel
Destructive?
gratified.
How? Like when we fight?
Yes.
We don't fight often, though.
Oh.
Okay.
Define often.
Our fights are like Jack getting upset and me being like, I don't care, and Jack's like, you should care. That's the fight.
That was pretty much the conversation.
And it ended with Jack yelling and me going to bed.
The breaker went out! Oh yeah, looks like you gotta use the pad, big boy.
No, looks
Yeah,
good to
no,
me.
you gotta use the pad.
Not using the bed.
You're using the pad.
It's not even on the frocket.
Tanner, that looks like You cannot give someone that shirt. Tanner, you're not giving someone that shirt.
I never said I was. I'll wear it. I don't know what's done.
Do you see what I'm saying about, the whole chaos thing?
You just want me to use the pad because you want to see me suffer.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like you've got to use a pee pad for your bed.
Fine. I guess I'm using the pad.
I have this thing for, what are they called? Things from Walmart?
Oh, spanakopita.
Spanakopita.
Oh.
For all your Greek friends out there. Greek?
Yes.
Greek, yeah. All your Greek friends out there. What are they? They're like spinach wrapped in...
So it's filo dough that has usually some type of cheese, usually cream cheese and maybe feta, and then it's got...
Oh, that's a great story.
It's got spinach, and you can put some type of meat in there too if you want.
So we found a video on Facebook.
Jack sends it to me, very excited.
Yeah, it was like a spanakopita pie.
Yeah, like a big pie that you got lots of filo dough, and then you put in it some chicken. They wanted really to load it up on the chicken, and then your spinach and cream cheese and whatever you mix.
It was So I go to the
awesome.
store to buy it all, right? Get home, watching. It was a tasty video on Facebook. And you have to put it in one of those lock-in pans, so I bought a lock-in pan.
Specifically to make
Just to make this. So I'm putting it all in. The video says I have to soak the filo dough in butter before I put it into the pan. So naturally, I soaked it in butter. And then I put it in the oven for an hour. Take it out. The butter was dripping through the bottom of the pan.
Oh, so now our whole house
the
smelled
oven.
like burnt butter.
Burnt butter, which, could be worse.
So then, we're taking it out of the pan. We didn't really plan it out too well, but so it started to fall out of the sides once we took the lock pan off.
I think you took the lock pan off too early.
It was an hour. I didn't know how long. We just were going off the tasty video.
I know.
So took the lock pan off. So now it's just pie sinking around the outside. It's not done on the outside. The edges are still mush.
Soaked in butter.
Mush. So Jack is like, let's put it back in the oven. I said, all right, if we're just trying to get like the top and the edges a little bit crisp, why don't we put it on broil for 2 minutes? For 2 minutes. So I tell him to put it on broil. I don't watch him while he's doing this. I just set the oven to broil. Turn my back, like a person who's just assuming him to, He puts it on the top. He puts it on the top that is 2 inches. 2 inches from the top of the oven.
Anytime I've ever broiled something, I've just heard to
How
put it
many
on the
times have
top
you
rack.
broiled things?
Not a lot, but my mom cooks, and when she broils things, she puts them on the top rack. She
So-
also has a nicer of an oven than we do, but
Anyway, so fast forward about a minute and a half in, we're checking on it, so we open the oven just to see. Phyllo dough is extremely flammable, let me tell you. So, we open the oven and Jack goes, oh no, it's on fire. I don't see any flames, but I'm like, okay, let's get it out of there. So then Jack yanks open the oven. The whole top, birthday cake flame. Like
This
the
high
whole,
flames.
the whole pie top. Flame. 5 inches of flame. So, he starts pulling it out, just singeing his eyebrows, doing whatever with it. So then he puts it on the stove, and we just sit there like idiot 5-year-olds for about a minute just blowing it out.
wait, I have a picture if you guys want to see it.
So then I had to do this nice Frankenstein butcher job on the top where I cut the top of the phyllo dough off. We returned it to the oven for
Incredible
another...
job, by the way.
Anyway, so then we put it back in the oven. 15 minutes or so go by. He leaves to pick up Tanner because cute boyfriend stuff. And so then
It's because I didn't have to walk across campus.
oh, I'm so sorry you didn't have to use your legs. So-
My bike got stolen, so.
You say that like one of us stole it, all right? One of us took it. Did any of us tell you not to lock it? Did any of us say, hey, that bike
Keep
thing?
going
that
with your fire story.
Oh, my fire so I don't have to talk about your dumbass. So then I put it back in the oven, take it out 10, 15 minutes later with Jack not in the house. He's thinking he might come home to a burnt down house. So take it out. It's fine. A little bit mushy, but long story short, it worked out
It
pretty
was
well.
good. I want to talk a little bit more about Regan.
Yeah, let's let the viewers know about you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'd say I'm sarcastic to a fault.
I don't think it's faulty, just for the record.
I like to make fun of people when they have it coming, and these guys have it coming quite a lot.
Regan's mean in a really nice way. If that makes sense.
I'm mean because I care. I'm mean so that way when you say stupid things around me, you don't later say them in front of people who matter.
That's a good way to put it.
Why don't you tell us some examples of the stupid things we've said?
One thing Jack doesn't think is stupid, but I think is very stupid. He thought blind people just have their eyes closed all the time, because they can't see anything out of their eyes.
So they must have their eyes
must
closed.
have their eyes closed the whole time anyway.
It was a question.
It was a question, but it was a very dumb question. So when I proceeded to make fun of it, they then tried to spin it on me and make me feel like the dumb one, which it didn't work out too well. Oh, you want to hear the lima bean story? This one.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This one. So, Jack comes home from the bar sophomore year. He had cooked lima beans in the fridge because, normal sophomore year in college stuff. You got some lima beans to come home to snack on, right? Nutritious, delicious. Who doesn't love a good lima bean when they're drunk?
Who does not love a good lima
So
bean?
Jack comes into the kitchen. He's got just this Ziploc container full of lima beans just in his hand. He's just popping one in his mouth, and I'm just calling him stupid like he is. So whatever. So he's in the corner of the kitchen. I'm by the sink in the other corner, and he just yells, "Food fight! I have no food to fight with." You want to tell me how that's a food fight? It's not a fight.
Food fight!
It's not a fight. It's not a fight. It's like saying gun fight when you're the only one with a gun. You can't do that.
You lose.
That's,
You lose.
you lose.
You're gonna
So then
lose
he
the fight.
just takes individual lima beans, starts just tossing them at me, left and right. So then whole kitchen's covered in lima beans, and he says, "Don't worry, I will vacuum them up." Whole lima beans. Why? It's like linoleum floor, hard surface floor. Why do you ever you can just pick them up? There's like 15, 20 lima beans. You don't need to vacuum them. And I also said you're probably just gonna smush them onto the floor. Bristles on a vacuum, you'll probably smush the lima beans right into the floor. This became a point of contention for, no joke, 2 years. 2 years we talked about whether or not you could vacuum lima beans off of a hardwood floor. So earlier this year, Jack decides we're gonna put this put this question to bed. He goes to the store and buys 2 cans of beans.
11:30 at night.
Buys 2 cans of beans.
Walks out the door just to buy lima beans. That's it. That's the only thing he bought.
I
at the
had to
store.
prove I was right.
Comes home, sprinkles them all over the kitchen floor, many more
I
than
didn't
were needed.
sprinkle. It was more of like a...
Just dumped cans of lima beans onto the floor. Takes a vacuum, starts vacuuming them, vacuums them on the high carpet setting. So it's not smushing them into the floor, and then he goes, "Look, see, it didn't smush them." So then I put it onto the hardwood setting, and guess what? about a quarter of them got smushed into the floor. And they still want to argue with me. Not all of them did. Most of them got picked up. Most of them got picked up. Guess what? The argument wasn't whether or not all of them would. It was that it would smush them into the floor. And guess what works better? Picking up whole beans without smushing any of them into the floor. You want to tell me how I'm the dumb one when I am not the one who threw the lima beans the first time, when I'm not the one who suggested picking them up with a vacuum cleaner, when I'm the one who got assaulted with the lima beans by myself. That's it. And then... that's the lima bean story. I'm still not over it.
The point was just to see if it would vacuum up the lima beans. It didn't matter what setting it was on, it still vacuumed up the lima beans.
It vacuumed up some, and as soon as Regan left the room, they moved the vacuum, and there was lima beans all over the floor.
That was because he put it on the low setting.
Yep.
You kept missing lima beans on the highest one because it was only scooping up every third bean. Yeah, long story short, I've lost several brain cells living with these two. Yeah,
I thought there was something wrong with this print.
I'm getting toasty. And as much as I love roasting you guys, I'm gonna
Leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, Regan.
Appreciate you coming. Being a guest.
Oh!
Classic.
Did not need a wet willy. Got to.